Hey, Mary. Sorry if I'm getting this wrong, but I'm curious. Were you and Dan bathing together last night?
Yeah, we were in the bath together. What about it?
Oh, really? You two really were in the bath together?
Of course. We're usually done by 7, but time got away from us last night, I guess.
Wow, I did not know about any of that.
You say it like there's some kind of problem.
Well, it's just that I've never heard of this kind of thing. I don't really know what to say.
What is your problem? Whatever it is, just spit it out already.
Well, to be honest, I'm just not really comfortable with it.
What are you talking about?
I would really like it if you two didn't do that anymore. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. Actually, I don't think I can stand that happening in my home.
Look, I have been giving Dan baths for 38 years now. I'm not about to stop now after all this time just because you want me to.
Well, it's just that I could hear you two last night. Dan was saying that he wanted to get closer. Just what were you two doing in there?
I was making sure to soap off his whole body. What do you mean?
His whole body? As in, all of it?
Well, duh. Ever since he was little, he was never good at making sure to soap off everything, so I help him make sure that every part of him gets clean.
Wait, no. You can't be serious. Please tell me that this is some sort of joke.
Oh, what? Are you telling me that your parents didn't bathe you at all?
No, they did, but it stopped as soon as I was able to do it for myself. I think it's pretty normal for that to stop by elementary school.
Well, Dan is always my little boy in my eyes, so I've always just helped him. I don't get what is so wrong with that.
But Dan is 38. He is an adult. He has a wife. There are some things in life that just can't continue forever, and that is one that you should have stopped a long time ago.
But he just asked me to move in with the two of you, so of course I'm going to keep doing what I've always done for him. It isn't like I'm happy to be living with you either, you know?
I understand that Dan asked you to move in with the two of us, but I am just really not comfortable with you two bathing together while you are here.
Well, until you entered the picture, we used to sleep in the same bed. You don't know how sad it made me when he started asking to sleep with you every night.
Yeah, no, back up. You two even slept together?
But this is a good chance for us to get back to that. Tonight we can finally sleep together again.
Excuse me? Just what are you talking about?
I mean that I'm going to sleep in your bed from now on, so that Dan and I can fall asleep together. You can find another place to sleep.
You can't be serious about this, right? This is just crazy talk.
What is so wrong about it? I've been lonely without Dan, and this is a good way to address that.
There is no way I am going to allow something like that to happen.
Well, you will just have to get used to it, I'm afraid.
You can't just move in here and do whatever you want.
Well, why don't we just ask Dan what he thinks?
I don't really even know how I'd react if Dan agreed to something like that.
Well then, we'll just have to find out, won't we?
My name is Valeria, and I am 32 years old. I married my husband Dan 1 month ago. He told me that he wanted to invite his mom to live with us in our home. I never had any problem with her and thought it was sweet that he wanted to make sure that she was taken care of. She always offered to do the cleaning and the cooking, which was incredibly helpful since both Dan and I have jobs. I was more than happy to take her in and live together with the three of us, but how wrong I was. I mean, I couldn't believe what I heard. Those two actually bathed together. I've never heard anything like this before. I don't know what to do. What can one even do in a situation like this? I'm sorry, it's just, I literally can't. I'm still not over it. I tried telling Dan that I was really uncomfortable with just how close he was to his mother, but I knew that the situation wouldn't be resolved so easily. Hey, Dan, so how is it sleeping together with your mom?
I honestly feel so much better now that I am.
Even better than when you sleep with me?
Well, of course. I mean, I've only shared a bed with you for a month and I haven't really gotten used to it. But I've always slept together with my mom. I just feel like I get much better rest with her.
And you've been bathing together with her too, right?
Yeah, of course. The first thing I do after getting home from work is hop in the bath with her.
I see. Well, just asking. You do undress yourself when you bathe, right?
Nope, Mom always makes sure to undress me herself, just like she always has.
Oh, come on! You can't be serious. What is that?
What's the matter, Vel? I don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of this.
Oh, come on. You can't actually expect me to believe that you can't even understand why it's a big deal.
No, I really can't understand. You're acting weirder than usual.
I'm okay. Trust me. I just have another question. You do soap off by yourself, right?
Of course not. Mom helps me out with that too. She always scrubs me off.
Okay, well, what about when you get dressed? Who dresses you?
Mom puts me in my undies and my PJs, of course.
Okay, so who dries you off after the shower then?
That would be Mom again, of course.
Okay. Wow. Just... Alright, so then who brushes your teeth?
Oh, come on. What do you think I am, a kid or something? I know how to brush my own teeth. But she always makes sure to pour me my cup of mouthwash and counts to 20 for me while I swish it around.
I don't believe this. I don't know what to say.
What has gotten into you? I really don't understand why you're acting so weird.
Well, look, I talked to your mom a bit already, but this whole thing just makes me really uncomfortable.
What do you mean? We're mother and son. What is wrong with any of this?
But you're an adult. You're a grown man. I just thought that you wanted to get away from your mom and live your own life now that you're married. I mean, you want to be a dad one day, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I can't wait to have kids with you.
And you married me because you want to spend the rest of your life with me, right?
Yeah, of course. Why else does anyone get married?
Okay, so don't you think it would be good to break away and live just the two of us?
I don't follow. What are you trying to say?
I don't know if I can even explain it at this point. We're just talking in circles now.
I don't get what you're trying to say. If Mom doesn't live with us, then who would wash me off in the bath?
What are you talking about? You're an adult. You should be able to shower by yourself.
Shower? What are you even talking about?
Why are you so surprised by this? Okay, so when you were young, what did you do when you had school trips overnight somewhere or summer camps?
Well, Mom would always make sure to be there with me. And if the teachers ever said that it wasn't okay, then I just wouldn't go.
I don't believe this. This is just too much.
And I've never taken a vacation that Mom didn't join. I remember this one time we went to a water park and Mom made sure we got co-ed changing rooms. Maybe we can go back there, just the three of us.
As if I would tag along to be there for that.
I don't know. I really feel like you'd be missing out. Mom and I always have a lot of fun at water parks together. I'm sure you would have fun with us too.
I really don't think that I would be comfortable with that at all.
and I need mom to sleep too. I just can't sleep well if she isn't lying there beside me. I'm sorry, but I think I need to ask you to keep sleeping by yourself for a while longer at least. You can do that, can't you?
Well, then how are we supposed to have a baby if we aren't even sharing the same bed?
Yo, right. That's a good point. What should we do? I guess you could come to mom's room, but that would mean that we'd have to do it in front of her. Do you think you'd be okay with that?
Are you out of your mind? Of course I wouldn't be okay with that. That's sick. What is the matter with you?
What are you talking about? What is so wrong with that? I don't get what your deal is.
I just literally can't even. This is so gross. I don't even know what to say.
What is so gross? What are you freaking out so much for?
I want you to go out in the street and find the first person you see. Go ahead and ask them if what you've described for me is normal behavior at all. Ask them if they still bathe with their mothers.
Okay, fine, I'll do just that then. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, don't do that. Whatever you do, do not do that. They'll think you're some kind of pervert.
But you just told me to go and do it. What do you want from me?
I want you to stop bathing with your mom and to start sleeping in our bed again. Do you think you can handle that?
I'm sorry, but you are asking too much of me right now.
Well then, I'm sorry, but I think that I want a divorce.
What? Are you serious? Why? What did I do?
I can't even begin to explain all of the things that you've done, and I get the feeling that there are a lot more things that I don't want to know about.
But I thought that we were all getting along so well. What has gotten into you? We were all good friends before.
That was before I realized what you two were really doing together. I can't stomach that happening in the same house as me. Do you really not get what's wrong?
If that's what you're worried about, then how about we all just bathe together?
I will literally drown myself if I ever find myself in the bath with you and your mother.
Oh, please don't divorce me. All my mom can talk about is how she wants grandkids.
I'm going to print out the divorce papers, sign them, and file them right now.
Oh, please don't do this to me. I don't understand what happened.
I can't stand this anymore. You know, I could hear your mom singing those weird lullabies to you last night, and I can hear you in the bath too. It is so gross.
What is gross about it? You aren't explaining yourself. I just don't get what you're so upset about.
I'm going to move out of the house too.
Wait, Val, please don't do this to me. Let's just talk about this in person. I'm sure I can make this right.
I have no idea what there is to even talk about anymore. This is out of control.
But we can all talk together. I'm sure that we all just need to calm down and talk this out in person. Hey, how have you been? Are you okay? Where are you right now? It's been so lonely without you in the house. I really miss you. You are my sun, you know? And my mom is my moon, of course. I need the both of you here. It just doesn't feel right.
Oh, you were so close to saying something normal and not completely gross. Except this is the 100th message you've sent me now. Just sign the divorce papers already.
I can't. I won't. You can't make me.
Well then, I guess I'll just have to find a lawyer and do this the hard way, won't I?
No, please don't do this. My mom says that no one can know about what we do. You can't tell a lawyer about this.
Well, if she doesn't want anyone finding out about it, then she must know that there's something wrong with what you do.
No, it's not like that. It's just my mom is a very private person and doesn't like people knowing her business.
Well then, I assume that the rest of your family at least knows all about what you two do, right?
I don't know anything about that, but I'll ask my mom, but I'm sure it's fine.
What is all this? I was busy cleaning out the bathroom. Why am I in this group with your missing wife?
You always make sure to clean the bath until it's sparkling after you have a bath with Dan, don't you?
Oh, please. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I want Dan to sign the divorce papers. I've asked him over and over again, but he refuses to.
And just why should he divorce you? Because you refuse to understand what we have between us. You should just come back already. Don't you realize all the pain that you're putting him through right now?
I will come back if you two promise to stop bathing and sleeping together.
And just why is that so important to you, huh? What does that have to do with you?
If you can't do this for me, then I won't come back. It is as simple as that.
Hey, Mom, I really want to know, do any of our relatives know about what we do? I mean, does Uncle Jojo know?
Of course they don't. Nobody knows about what we have, Danny.
But why? Why doesn't anyone know?
Well, you know Mark, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember meeting him a couple of times. He was really scary.
Well, if he found out about us, then we couldn't go on doing what we do. He would try and force us to stop. He's just a stubborn old man who doesn't stop until he gets his way.
Wow, this guy sounds like a pretty scary person then, huh?
He's just a cheap, bald little rat. But he always tries to tell everyone what they should be doing.
Well, if you really hate me that much, how about you return the money that you owe me and leave the house?
What is that? Why did you put that in quotes?
It's just a message that Mark gave me to send to you.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What is this?
Well, Mark is here with me right now, actually.
What do you mean? Why are you with Mark?
Well, Dan told me that this was a private conversation, so I just thought I would ask some of your family about this as well.
So, you're there with Mark right now? Are you telling me that I can see you if I go to Mark's house? I'll go there right now.
No, don't come here. Whatever you do, don't come.
But why? Why can't I see you?
Because you put your mother before me and ignored all the things that I was asking you. We're never going to get back together.
No, please, I need you. Don't do this to me, Val.
Valeria, just what are you doing over there anyways, huh?
I just needed to hand off some stuff to Mark.
Well, if you're so close, then you should just come here. You're Dan's wife. Start acting like it.
You should see the looks on everyone's faces here.
Everyone? What are you talking about? Just how many are there? What did you need to hand off?
There's about 15 people here, actually.
15 people? What are you doing there? What did you bring for them?
Oh, just pictures of you and Dan in the bath. I brought a projector for everyone to see.
You what? What are you saying?
Exactly what I just said. It shouldn't be a big deal to show family, right? Since it's so normal and not weird at all.
No, but I mean, you can see everything. Everything.
I know, right? Mark's wife's face is really something.
What have you done? Why would you do this to me? What's the matter with you?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't some big family tradition that I just wasn't understanding. I was wondering what everyone in your family thought about it.
Of course it isn't a family tradition. It's something that only Dan and I share.
That's exactly what I thought.
But you've overstepped yourself here. You shouldn't have shown this. I'll sue you.
You can go ahead and try. I will be sure that the court sees all of this evidence that I've gathered.
You wouldn't dare. Would you?
You manipulated and abused your child from a young age and tried to hide it away from everyone else. Dan thought nothing of what you two were doing. And you even ruined chances he had to go on sleepaway camps or school trips. You stole so many happy memories from him. All for what?
No, I never meant to do that. That was never my intention.
Val, ever since you left, I've realized that I care way more about you than I do about my mom.
Dan, what are you talking about? How could you say that about me? I'll spank you for that, young man.
You see? This is what I'm talking about. You could never accept that your little boy would grow up one day, so you manipulated him into becoming a man-child that you could keep control over.
But he is my cute little boy, and he always will be. I knew something was up when he said he was getting married. I just thought that if I moved in with him that I would be able to control the situation.
But the point is that children grow up. As a parent, it's your job to help them become an adult, not keep them a child.
I am going to cry. How could you do this to me?
Well, maybe you should be crying. You've done something terrible here.
But it was never my intention. I never meant for this to happen.
By the way, I've shown Mark your messages and he is furious.
Why are you bringing in all of these other people? This isn't their business. Why are you ruining my life?
Well, it's only natural that he had some questions after seeing all those pictures, so I showed him what you were saying.
Mark? All those messages are a lie. I never said any of those things. Valeria is nothing but a liar.
You two are renting the house from Mark, right? He wants you out of there as soon as possible.
But he can't do that. I don't have anywhere else to go. What am I supposed to do?
He also said that he wants you to pay him back the $50,000 that you owe him.
But I thought that I could pay it off with money from your job. There's no way I can survive on just my retirement.
Sounds to me like you should have learned to be more responsible with your money.
Please, I am begging you. I promise to stop bathing and sleeping with Dan. Just come back and we can all live together. Just tell Mark not to kick me out, please.
It is way too late for that. Besides, I know that it won't be long before you go back to your old ways. You'll probably just wait until I'm pregnant before you start demanding your special time with your son.
No, I won't. I promise. Please don't do this.
Dan, are you there? There is something I need to tell you.
I'm here, Vel. What is it? What's the matter?
I want to go through with the divorce.
No, please, don't do this to me. This isn't my fault. I didn't even do anything. It's all her fault.
Dan, stop this. How can you say that about me?
I want to move out, Mom. I'm gonna learn how to have a shower by myself, and then I'm gonna ask Vel to marry me again.
That is okay, I will just say now, but I do want you to learn how to live on your own.
Wait, Vel, please. I can change. I'll promise. I'll be an adult.
Dan, I really feel for you. I am so sorry for what your mother has put you through.
But I don't want to lose you. I love you.
Please, don't wait for me. I want you to go and live your own life, but if you don't let me go, I will go to the police and ask for a restraining order.
Please don't do this to me. I can't live without you.
Well, you will just have to learn. And I have a lot to learn too, it seems.
This is all your fault, Mom. You ruined everything.
Danny, no, don't say that.
Mark was furious after he found out the truth about Mary and Dan. He gave them 2 weeks to pack their bags and move out. Dan happily found his own apartment and began to live on his own. Mary tried asking other relatives to let her live with them, but they all turned her down. She had no choice but to try and find a new place to live and even had to start working again, just to survive. Dan sought therapy and before long became a real pro at bathing all by himself. Of all things that I witnessed and heard them do, I just wish that I could forget that. Suffice to say that I've learned my lesson about marrying someone without knowing their family situation well enough first. I've also concocted a test. Make sure that a man knows how to bathe all by himself before I marry him. I know my standards may be high, but I'm going to try my best. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.